Okay, interview with Gary Setchell after Bedford Town 0, Royston Town 2. Gary, really outmanned, weren't we today? It was just one of those situations, an experienced step-free side came and did a job on us.
Yeah, but we don't. Yeah, they're very experienced, big and strong, but we don't help ourselves sometimes. You know, the goals again was give away. I think there's two gifts and the timing of the goals as well. Like 6 minutes in, you go a goal down, and then all of a sudden, you know, not memories of Tamworth come flooding back, but that automatically put you on the front foot. You know, we've come off the back of a win, and to concede a goal like that, you're deflated, and then for 10 minutes we're chasing shadows. We lose all our momentum, and then, you know, second half we come out, we start really brightly, and then we make another horrible mistake. And we ain't going to come from 2-0 down at this level very often. That's difficult. Any side, a team like Royston with all their experience and their know-how, and they give us a little bit of a lesson today. You know, they weren't scared to put it in Rose Ed. They weren't scared to stick it in corners and get men behind the ball. They weren't scared time wasting a little bit of the dark arts, and that's what we've got to do better. We've got to do that better. Football's easy when you're winning. Like we was Saturday, second half, everyone's on the front foot. We're a front foot team, but when we go in a shell and try to be a back foot team, we can't do it. We ain't good enough to do it. That's not how we play. So, although there weren't that much in the game, I think Pedro's made 1 or 2 saves. I don't think their keeper's probably made 1 save. So if you look at chances created and stuff like that, there wasn't a lot in it, but they was always the more likely to score. They was a little bit more dangerous than us. They defended a little bit better than us, and they was very busy in midfield. And, you know, as much as we tried, whether Saturday took a lot out of us, but they played Saturday, so that's not an excuse. But I think we put a real lot into Saturday, and we did look very leggy with 20 minutes to go. Maybe I should have freshened it up with 1 or 2 more, maybe not. But, you know, I just felt the lads on Saturday perhaps earned the right to have another crack at it.
Obviously, mistakes happen, and you mentioned there the 2 mistakes that are there, so it was a defeat for us. But apart from that, are you therefore saying with that assessment it was a 0-0?
No, because I think they was more bright. You know, they've done the homework. When you get beat 8-1 at home, and we give the goals and we give away, we're going to get a lot of that now. People, I mean, they're through the centre half up front, the big lad, because they know. I wouldn't say we were vulnerable there, but there was a certain amount of vulnerability there against Tamworth, and teams have cottoned on to it. I think even Saturday they was very similar as well. They were getting the ball into the front early, and that's something we've got to be better to get over. And, you know, we will get there. You know, we are looking to bring 1 or 2 in, and that's obviously, you know, got to happen. But we've just got to get back to being a front foot team. I say get back to it because we was that every bit that Saturday. And, you know, when players ain't playing well, they've still got to do the jobs, and that's what we're not doing as well as what we probably did last year. When players weren't playing well last year, although the level is light years apart, we done that a lot better than what we're doing at this year. And, you know, at any level, whether you're Premier League, if you make mistakes that cost you goals, that just knock the wind totally out of your sails, and that's a bit of a hard one to assess because, like I say, we ain't done badly, but we didn't really hurt them at all. So, you know, that was a bit of a non-event, but they've got the 3 points, and like I say, they're a team of men. They do it very well. Steve's obviously got them well drilled, and they put the ball into good areas, and they work the socks off. And, you know, that's what we've got to aspire to be, a bit better. We've got to be probably a bit like Royston.
Personnel quality issue or personnel mentality issue?
I don't think there's even personnel issue. I just think when you concede sloppy goals, you lose all your momentum. And obviously, when you score a sloppy goal, that gives you momentum. I.e., Hendersford scored Saturday. We scored just before half time, 2 minutes after them. That killed them mentally, but give us the impetus to go on the front foot second half. And goals change games, and this is the game really where goals have changed game. We started all right. They've had attack and scored. We then get back into the game. We weather the storm for 10 minutes, which we didn't do against Tamworth. And then we start the second half really brightly. And then the mistake again, that take all our momentum away. Although I thought, you know, when we made the change and switched it up a little bit, we moved the ball quite well without hurting them in the final third.
You obviously, you know, we've got Pedro, we've got Pennell, and we've got Warps, and a couple of others who are experienced at a higher level than step 4, but the nucleus remains step 4, isn't it? And do you feel that that's just a time thing for them to adapt to being a step 3?
No,
Player?
I don't think it is. I think the higher level players have got to step up as well. If I'm being honest, I think, you know, we're doing a bit better in certain areas, but I think we need the higher level players to start dragging some of the others through. I don't think the lads who have come up with us who have only played step 4 let us down in any way, shape or form. And I'm not saying anyone else has let us down in any way, shape or form, but I don't think that you can set them 3 aside and say that that's the lads who come up with us by any stretch of the imagination. The lads who come up with us are still giving everything for the shirt, as are all the lads. But you certainly can't set them 3 apart and say they've played at a higher level and the other lads are letting them down. No way.
No, that was more to do with the fact that, do you feel the lads that have not played at this level before are taking time to adjust?
No, I think they're getting there. I think I might have caught 1 or 2 of them out. I think 1 or 2 of them have had to, look at it and go, oh, this is a different level. We beat 1 or 2 step 3 teams last year and the year before in the trophy, and maybe you subconsciously think that's the level, but the level's good. That's a great level. But again, I'll reiterate, I'd rather be here in a proper game losing 2-0 at Royston than what I would be beating Wantage 8-1 there. So we're learning. If we don't win, we learn, and we learned again today, or I learned again today. We've got 7 points from 6 games, which is by no means a disaster. It's not brilliant either. We feel that we perhaps should have 2 or 3 more, and then we'd be in a real comfortable position, probably where we want to be. But this is probably roughly where I expected us to be. I didn't expect us to be, winning the league or anything. I didn't expect us to be in the bottom 3, 4, as you tell me. But we've got to learn. We've got to get better. We've got to improve, and we've probably got to add 1 or 2 as well.
You've stolen exactly what was my next question as we end August. 6 games in, 7 points. So you've just said about where roughly you thought we would be.
Yeah.
But it's been a real, again, a learning curve for everyone, haven't we, as we adjust to being back at step 3.
Yeah.
And we're not out of depth, but there's still a lot to learn, isn't there?
100%. And like I say, we're playing against. I think Steve's been manager of these good 5, 6, 7 years. Probably they've always been in and around the top echelons of the league. They're just a very well drilled, organised step 3 football club. Same as Henderson was, same as Barwell was, same as Stratford was. These are all been in step 3 for years. They've built a team. Like next year, we'll add another 3 or 4, and we'll be cutting our teeth at this level, and we'll keep getting better this year, and then we'll be even stronger next year, and then stronger the year after, hopefully. But it's always disappointing when you lose a football match. Of course it is. No one likes to lose a football match. But we probably got a little bit outmanned by a very experienced, well organised Royston team who are not scared to do the ugly stuff very well.
Fortunately now, you may say, unfortunately, depending on which way you go, you take the break from the league for 10 days and you've got the FA Cup. Which way do you look at it? Would you rather bounce back Saturday with a league game, or is the Cup a welcome distraction?
I like the FA Cup, but that's a real tricky tie, isn't it? Nunny's got them going really well early. Obviously, I'd have liked to have got some today, and we're going in there in good form. But we're not going in bad form. We've just got to be a little bit better, and that's going to be a tough game. That's a banana skin, isn't it? They're top of their league, and we're probably 14th, 15th. There's like 6 to 7 places between us. So they're a different animal than they was last year. We ain't going to go there and roll them over 5-1. That's a dead cert. If we turn up and play properly, we'll have a great chance of winning. And if we fall below our levels, Nunny's team will be more than capable of getting a great result and sending us home with a tail between the legs. But, that's my job and the coaching staff's job to get us on the training field on Thursday, to get us revved up for Saturday. And we've got to go there and be professional and hopefully do to Kempston what Royston have done to us today.
Just the injury update for Charlie and Connor.
Charlie, no chance. I wouldn't have thought. Connor, probably not much chance either. He's got a real tight calf. He's got 5 days, maybe, possibly. I don't think he's pulled. That's just tight. But losing Connor after 3 minutes weren't great. Obviously, I think Ped's got an injury as well. I think evidently early on. It's not excusing him for the goal, making excuses, but. But again, with that, their centre forward is won nearly all the header. Maybe Ped's caught everything Saturday, come for everything Saturday. Maybe he got in his head that he was just going to come and help Drew and Luke out. And unfortunately, the ball fell a bit short and he got caught in no man's land. But, you know, if he'd have come to the edge of the box and plucked it out of the air, we'd have all been saying, what a great bit of goalkeeping. Unfortunately, as a goalkeeper, when you make them mistakes and get caught in no man's land, that's a goal, isn't it? That's a goal. So you get caught out in midfield, so maybe a centre-half will help you out. But he's a top-class goalkeeper. He was back to his best Saturday and, you know, everyone make mistakes.
Absolutely. Well, we hope for positive results on Saturday at Kempston in the Emirates FA Cup. Get yourself there. It's a split gate, remember, so there's many supporters making the travel down the A421 to Hill Grounds. If not, we're then on the road again at Nuneaton on the 10th of September. We're back here 13th of September. Get your tickets now. Hitchintown, BedfordEagles.net.